Alright, hey YouTube, I wanted to do a super quick update on Jaden. Yesterday, Jaden and I went to my niece's birthday party, which she is 3 weeks older than Jaden. So we went to her birthday party, and he was playing outside on the swing set. Gabby, which is her name, she got a, one of her presents was a playground, so her and Jaden were out playing on the playground, and the play set, had like 2 normal swings. They weren't baby swings, but they're really low to the ground, so I had him in the swing, and like the swing, like Jaden's so little that the swing like came up over him, so he fit in it really good, and he was holding on to it, and I was barely pushing it. I mean, he was not going very fast at all, and you know, obviously I was being really careful because he wasn't in a baby swing. I was being super careful, and he was doing really good. He was doing awesome with that, but then Gabby was over in the other swing doing the same thing, and he let go of the swing to talk to her, which I don't even think that's why he fell. It wasn't because he let go, because like he was in there pretty good, but when he did, he kind of like leaned also like to talk to her, so he fell out of the swing, and it was barely a fall, and I didn't even think he had gotten hurt, but he started crying. And, you know, I picked him up, of course, and I tried to calm him down, and I couldn't get him to calm down, which is unusual. I'm like, Jaden, you didn't even hit anything. Why are you crying? You barely fell. But, so I couldn't get him to calm down. He was crying pretty bad, and I can usually almost always get him to calm down right away. So, I finally got him calmed down, and I went to put him down to go play some more. And, like, when he went to step, he like completely just fell to the ground, and I'm like, oh my goodness, he hurt himself. So I picked him back up to see if I could get him to walk again, and he couldn't put any weight whatsoever on his left leg, and I thought he hurt his leg. So I was looking at it, but then I realized it wasn't his leg, because his foot was just barely swollen. You could barely tell that it was a little bit swollen, and he told me that his foot hurt, so then I realized that it must have been his foot, not his leg, because I could move his leg around and he wouldn't cry or anything, but when I went to try to stand him up, he wouldn't stand on the left foot at all. He didn't want to put pressure on it at all. So right from there, Thomas and I took him to the hospital to get it x-rayed, and we ended up waiting there in the waiting room for 3.5 hours. It was crazy. I guess the emergency room was just unusually really busy that night. So we waited for 3.5 hours, and when we first got there, for about the first half hour, Jaden was asleep. I was like, oh, this is great. He'll sleep through waiting. We'll get in, get out, get this done. But no. After waiting for 3.5 hours, you know, we were trying our hardest to keep Jaden calm. He was doing pretty good until we had to wait, and then, like all kids his age, he started getting really fussy, and he would not, he wanted to leave. He told us he wanted to go home. So we would walk him around the waiting room, we'd bounce him up and down, we would let him color on a notebook. We tried reading magazines to him. We tried everything to keep him occupied. And then I was like, enough's enough. This room is completely full. We have not, when we got there was hardly anybody in the waiting room. And the whole entire time we were there, they didn't call a single person back. They might have called one person back, and that was it the whole entire 3.5 hours we were there. So I was like, you know what, we'd be waiting here another 3 hours. So we just decided that we were going to go ahead and take him home, because he was hungry. It was dinner time, so we went ahead and took him home, and we said that we were going to bring him back the next morning. So today, this all happened yesterday, we got up, the first thing we did this morning was take him back into the emergency room. This time we got right in, he got x-rays, he did really awesome with that. All the nurses and doctors couldn't believe how good he was. He didn't cry, not one time. He was so good. And they're like, man, I wish all kids his age coming in here for this kind of thing were as good as Jaden was, because he was just so awesome. And, you know, the doctor checked his leg and everything. He's like, well, it looks fine. He's not crying when I move it around or anything. He's not crying when I move his foot around. But he's like, let me see if he'll walk now. So he put him down, to have him walk to me, but he couldn't do it. He couldn't put pressure on the left foot. So he went ahead and got x-rays, and the doctor said that his x-rays all looked fine, which he figured they probably would, because with him being so young, it's hard to tell if there's any fractures or breaks in the foot because of all the growth plates in it, because he's so young. So he said it's either it might be a fracture or it could just be he sprained his foot. So we don't know exactly what's wrong with it, but they put a splint on it. They wrapped it all up and put a splint on it, and we have to go to a specialist in 2 days to have them check it out and look at the x-rays and see, since he's a specialist, to see if he can see anything that the doctor in the emergency room couldn't do. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Jaden's doing pretty good. He just does not like the splint on his leg at all. He wants it off. He does not like it at all. He's asleep right now. When he wakes up, I'll do a little short clip of him so you can see his foot all wrapped up. So I just wanted to update you guys on that, and we will let you know what they say when we take him to a specialist in 2 days. So I will see you guys later. Bye. Alright, Jaden, where's your hurt leg at? Where's your hurt foot? Jaden, where's your hurt foot at?
Foot.
Where's it at?
Foot.
Is it right here? This your hurt foot?
Foot.
Yeah, hurt foot.
Yeah.
So here it is, and
Head done.
where'd the head go? Here, show him.
Cheese.
Here, show him your army guy. You show it to him.
Okay.
Let's show it to him. As you can see, it has lost his head, and we do not know where it went. Where'd it go?
Right there?
Right there? No, it's not over there. Look. I'm looking. I don't see it.
Pee-pee.
You gotta go pee-pee?
Pee-pee.
Alright. Tell YouTube bye.
Bye-bye.